Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading about yourselves today. Now, of course, this could be things that come up for you in regards to a soul connection that you feel with another person. This could be somebody that you see as a twin flame, a soulmate, let's just say a karmic partner, friend, family member, lover, whatever this is. But there's certain things that are coming up within you. We're going to call this skeletons in your closet, just things that you might not be wanting to face at this time. So this is definitely a shadow work type of a reading, but we are really here to focus on what we can do to help ourselves. And that would be mirrored, of course, out into our reality. So that just means wherever we're vibrating, we're attracting those experiences to us. So if we're feeling really low, if we're feeling very insecure, if we don't have a lot of self-esteem, if we're people pleasers, things like that, we will attract people into our lives to facilitate that belief. If we are empowered, if we are strong, if we care about ourselves, if we're independent, things like that, we're also going to attract like-minded individuals or people that respect us on those levels. So that is what we are getting to the nitty-gritty today. So I thought this beautiful orgonite that my friend Michelle created from Wing and Bell was the perfect orgonite to use. So look at this amazing orgonite. This is a skull orgonite. And it's a bowl, okay? So you guys can use this for a variety of different things. It kind of looks like an ashtray. It's not an ashtray though, but look at how amazing this thing is here, all along the sides, okay? I just wanted to use it today because I'm actually going to be doing some charms at the very end. And I wanted to put the charms into it, just things that we're just wanting to get rid of and transmute, kind of like putting ashes into an ashtray, right? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Let's go ahead and transmute that bitch of an energy. So why don't we go ahead and get started, you guys? Everything I'm going to be using, I'm going to list it down below. And if there are any of the decks that I have personally created, they will be available for purchase on my website. But if you're international, please email my team. They'll send you a special link to order, and I'll let you guys know what I'm using as I shuffle each deck. I just, again, felt like using a bunch of decks I normally don't use, and so I just wanted to shift things up. So let's get into it. I did create an outline here today. So also one more thing. Just take what resonates, you guys, and get rid of what doesn't. If this reading is just not resonating with you, it's not yours. It's pretty simple. So what is Spirit bringing to our attention in this reading today? Okay, let's go ahead and kick things off. We're going to go into my Twin Flame Journey Shadows right here. Twin Flame Journey Oracle, and we're going to combine it with a new deck. I ordered this as soon as I saw it on Amazon. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. I am absolutely loving it. It's more beautiful and more amazing than I actually realized or anticipated. There just wasn't a lot of previews on the deck, and so I'm really pleasantly surprised. So anyways, a lot of people asked me, did you know about it? Did you know about it? And I'm like, hell yes, I knew about it because I ordered it on Amazon right away. Okay. So let's see, what does Spirit want to bring forth today? What do we need to focus on or pay attention to? What is the topics that Spirit really wants to dive into today? We have barrier, so anything that's blocking us, any doors that are feel closed, if we feel like we're on the outskirts, or doors that we need to close. We have tribe, so this could be connected to the people that are around you. This could be family members, this could be friendships, and we have compromise. So a need to compromise, or perhaps we can't compromise. Somebody else can't compromise. So something needs to be paid attention to. Now your tribe, of course, you guys can be your romantic relationships too. This is just your soul family. People that you were meant to come into contact with in this life for a particular reason. So it's somebody that's connected to your soul development. Okay, so we have insecure. So we have barrier. Insecurity seems to be a barrier. This could be your barrier. This could be the other person that you're dealing with, or a little bit of both, but it stems from insecurity. So if you're feeling closed out, or if you're wanting to close someone out, it is stemming from that energy. What else do we need to know? We have cold. So if somebody's being cold, acting distant, or you're feeling the need to give somebody the cold shoulder, this is stemming from insecurity. And we have compromise, misguided. Maybe we feel like we want to compromise. Maybe we feel like we want to have a conversation. Sometimes you can't always have conversations with people that are not willing to perhaps have a conversation. Sometimes you guys are dealing with narcissists. Sometimes you guys are dealing with people that gaslight you and say, there's nothing wrong. And you know damn well that there's something wrong. So you almost in a way already know that going down this rabbit hole might not be the thing to do. But let's go ahead and get some additional information on that. Sometimes a conversation and compromising is not always either suggested, and it's not always going to turn out and, you know, delivering us to a solution. Let's see what we got. Insecure, barrier. Okay, so we have the Knight of Needles. What's interesting here, you guys, is that I had actually done, and this was just messing around the other day. Oh, sorry, the camera's kind of falling over here. What happened is the other day when I first got this deck, I just did a really quick, funny reading with with Peaches. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you may not have seen it. I just didn't feel like posting it on YouTube. Maybe I will. But anyways, this right here came up, and it came up because I was asking, we're dealing with a problem or a situation in our lives. How do we handle it? And the funny thing that I said about the Knight of Needles was that get out your pitchfork. We might feel like we need to have our guard up. We might feel like we need to take some sort of action to beat down that door. Okay. We might feel insecure when it comes to actually doing this. So we may not want to do this because of our own belief systems or our own insecurities. But also it could just be that we're dealing with someone who's also insecure. And so there's going to be a barrier, and it's like, is it worth the fight kind of energy? So Knight of Swords can sometimes be very careless and tactless with his actions or words. And so this could also create more wounds. We have the Temperance. So what I'm getting here is that we're best at this time, rather than taking action, to let things just kind of cool down and settle down. Sometimes it's not always best to act when you're feeling something, because it could be stemming from anger, rage, insecurity, etc. That could be the block. That could be the shadow. And sometimes our shadows are there in order for us to help us to see things that maybe we wouldn't normally see. Sometimes it's not always required that we act with, you know, love and light, or that we think in those terms. Our shadows are a great, like a great barrier sometimes that can keep us from getting hurt over and over and over again, because it forces us to be very discerning. It forces us to seek the cold hard truth, or face the cold hard truth. So Temperance is telling us here that there's a need for balance in a situation. There's need for balance in the way that we feel. So this is about taking some time, pulling back, waiting for better timing. This is not a time for action, is what I'm getting here. And what's the last message on this? We have Six of Potions. So the Six of Cups right here, you guys, is a card of reconciliation. So we may want to really reconcile with somebody. We may really want to make that happen. But what I'm getting here is that could just be stemming from our insecurities, kind of like we're afraid if we don't push or if we don't take action right now that we're going to lose this person. The thing is, if you lose this person, it wasn't meant for you anyways. It wasn't for your highest good. People are not operating in the highest versions of themselves. So you're going to just probably experience more issues and problems. So Spirit's saying that if you guys are meant to reconcile, the timing will just be a huge factor here. So try to pull yourself back from taking any kind of major action or flying off the handle and speaking too soon, because insecurities could arise. People could put up more walls because of insecurities, and it's just a situation that might not go well. But I definitely see that whatever is meant to be is going to play out here. So that is something that is perhaps resonating with some of you guys. So now we have Tribe with cold. So somebody might be feeling cold, distant, detached, needing to put up that barrier, needing to kind of go into that cold, frigid bitch mode, right? We have the Tower. Okay, so interesting here. We have a Tower moment. Maybe something has happened for a reason. Maybe something has crumbled down in your life or in a situation for a reason. And the Tower I see as is divine intervention. Something needed to happen. Maybe the way that you and a person were building, or you have been going about a situation, or maybe the way that your person has been going about a situation, or just other people in your life, is something isn't working. An old paradigm needed to be shifted. An old way of being needed to be discarded. So something has happened for a reason here. It's helping people to grow and to learn. And that can sometimes be very painful. Yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles here. So the Two of Pentacles is about feeling caught off guard, feeling basically back and forth, very confused. Things are up in the air. It feels like, is it ever really going to settle down? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we're meant to transition some sort of energy with the Tower. Yeah, we have the Fool. This is about starting fresh and starting new. So we're either going to start fresh and start new with this person, or we're going to basically go off on our own and we're going to separate, and we're going to, search out other people that are of our same vibration, or other people that want to grow and that aren't going to be this cold energy to us. If something isn't making you feel good, you guys, it's not always about, there must be some kind of an issue within yourself. Yes and no. This is about having a strong enough relationship with yourself and having worked on yourself long enough to know whether or not somebody is basically disregarding you, discounting your feelings, gaslighting you, pretending like there's nothing wrong when you mention it, or just feeling like you just can't even talk to that person about issues or problems. So the thing is, sometimes you guys, it's not always us, okay? And it's not always other people either. It takes two to tango. So I just feel if something isn't making you feel good, or if you just feel like something's been dried up and it's just can no longer flourish, that might be a sign from the universe that something is being taken out of your life for a reason. And so this is about acceptance, okay? But this is also about shaking up old paradigms so that way we can grow and we can have healthier relationships in the future because we are better versions of ourselves. So you and this person could definitely come back together after you guys have, let's just say, either been in some sort of separation, or that you guys kind of journey off on your own, or that you guys are both wanting to put your best foot forward. But it's not going to work if just one person wants to work on this and change, but the other person doesn't want to. It takes two. It takes two. So there is that. And so now we have this compromise and we have misguided. So there is this feeling of, can we compromise with this individual? Has our integrity or our well-being been compromised? Possibly. Have we been misguided? Were we wrong? Did we make a mistake? Where did we go off kilter? What happened here? So there is a need to pay attention to decisions or things that you have contributed to a situation, but there's also no need to blame yourself either. So try to be very gentle with yourself. We all make mistakes. We all think that we're on this pathway, and we all feel sometimes where it's just like, yes, it makes sense. I'm totally got all the answers. The sky's opened up. I have this major epiphany. Everything is right in the world. And then sometimes it's like, oh my God, how could I have been so wrong? Right? The thing is, you guys, again, this keeps coming to mind. It takes two people. If you have one person that's like, oh my gosh, they're on this timeline of, yes, the world and the skies are opening up and I'm high vibing and I want to just work. I want to be the best version of myself, but you're dealing with somebody else that can't be the best version of themselves because they're still stuck in old coping mechanisms or whatever. Maybe you are. This isn't going to work. So it's going to feel like a misguidance. It's going to feel like, oh my gosh, like there's still something for us to both learn here. There's still something for, to be understood here. Yeah, we have the Nine of Candles. The Nine of Candles is basically, somebody has their guard up. But this could be here where you're misguided to think perhaps that you can compromise with someone. So that Knight of Swords is sticking out to me at the very beginning here. You may want to push forward with the conversation. You may want to push forward and share your thoughts and your feelings. And you know what, you guys? It's all free will. If that's what you feel like you're guided to do and that's what you feel like needs to happen, there really aren't any mistakes because everything that we do has a consequence. And that consequence may be pleasant. That consequence may be unpleasant. It's just all about experience. So, but Nine of Wands here to me, this is about having our defenses up. This is about somebody else also having their defenses up. This is not a good energy for compromise. This is about being misguided as in maybe we're not going to be able to compromise. Maybe we're not going to be able to work things out. Maybe sometimes silence is just golden or basically going your own separate way. Yeah, we have the Star. The Star is about guidance. The Star is also about healing, and it's about your connection to the divine. It's about what is your higher self telling you? Is your higher self telling you that you can or you can't do something? This is about knowing the difference between your ego and also what you feel is right. So don't let your ego misguide you. Don't also let your ego cause you to feel like you're fearful, like you can't compromise, that you can't work things through. So know the difference is what I'm getting here. And if you don't know the difference, what this is telling you, what Spirit's telling you, is that you still need some time to heal. So this is not the time to make a decision. If you're confused, heavily confused on what to do and what not to do, that's an indicator right now that it's not time. Take a little bit more time to digest. Take a little bit more time to marinate in something before doing anything. And we have Five of Presents, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, Five of Pentacles is lack. Five of Pentacles is perhaps the energy of our belief systems, what we believe. We feel like we've been misguided. We feel like we've been mistreated. We feel like the door's closed. We've been left out in the cold. We feel discarded. We feel like Spirit has disappointed us. Other people have disappointed us. We have no faith. Everything sucks. This card to me, Five of Pentacles, is an everything sucks card. Life has failed me. So that right there needs to be healed. There's a mindset or a belief system that needs to be healed. If we believe that we're on the outskirts, if we believe that people are out to get us, if we believe that life isn't fair, this is what's going to continue to show up for us. This is about compromising with ourselves. Are we putting ourselves in situations that are not good for us? Do we keep doing something to ourselves over and over again? We do need to take responsibility and accountability here. But we also don't need to beat ourselves up either. We realize that we're only human. We're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. Or are they mistakes? We're going to have experiences. And we can choose to learn from those experiences, or we can choose to continue to blame, piss and moan, and continue to be misguided our entire lives. It's totally up to us. So the energy that I'm picking up on, you guys, could be your energy, your person's energy, or a little bit of both. And so because things are so misguided right now, and because things are so up in the air and very like confused and not sure, it's best for you to take some more time with the Temperance's card and the Stars card to do the necessary healing that you need to do on your own before trying to handle the situation. I hope that makes sense to somebody out there. So what can we do in the meantime to strengthen ourselves? Do you see, you guys? This isn't about trying to do anything right now to resolve this situation or this problem. What can we do in the meantime? By focusing on ourselves. Let's bring it back to us. What are our own shadows? What are our own skeletons in the closet? It's very easy to get wrapped up in somebody else, but what about us? What are we doing? What do we need to examine and take a look at? So let's see what triggers or wounds need examining right now. What triggers or wounds need examining right now? So we're going to go into the Oracle Tarot deck. This right here is called the Soul Purpose Oracle cards. I also wanted to go into my Dark Night of the Soul Tarot, as well as my Mystic's Midnight Oracle. So I'm just going to put these over to the side. Let's start off with these. What triggers or wounds need examining right now? Okay, so we have relating. This is how we relate to other people. Interesting. This is intuition. This is about trusting our intuition and also trusting Spirit too. When things happen, you guys, this is happening for a reason. I got that with the Tower's energy. The Tower, the Temperance, and the Star. Things need to be reestablished. Things need to crumble. The way that things were going before wasn't the healthiest. So this is giving people an opportunity to, let's start fresh. Let's tear down old paradigms. Let's start new. And some of you guys are going to have the luxury of two people being on the same page to want to do that. And some of you are not. But this is about you, remember. So this is about you taking care of yourself and not worrying about what your person's going to do. We also have spirituality. So there's a lesson here, a spiritual energy, a spiritual lesson to learn, okay? This is for your ascension in this life. This is for you being able to see things from a higher perspective. So obviously, if you guys are watching this video, you guys are probably very spiritual people. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that the Star was here, because the Star is about spiritual guidance. The Star is about trusting our intuition as well, you know? What is our hopes? What are our hopes and our dreams? What do we want in this life? It's about that star that's constantly guiding us. But what does that star also remind us? That we have to heal. We must heal ourselves first. And when we heal ourselves and we step into our power, we create our own destiny, and spirit guides the way. So we are always co-creating with spirit. Spirit is always giving to us what we are, basically whatever energy we're residing in. So if, like I said, we're residing in lack, spirit is going to only match us up with other people or other situations that are going to continue to facilitate that lack. So this right here says soul teaching, relating. This is relating to other people, balance and harmony. This is about creating fairness in all areas of your life, the ability to share, but also this is about reciprocity. This is about giving, but also receiving. This is not about doing everything for everyone else and not keeping anything for yourself. So if some of you guys have had to learn this lesson the hard way, do you see how spirit is helping to restructure these relationships, restructure these situations in your life? Is someone giving too much? Is somebody not giving it all? What's happening here? We also have promotes interdependent relationships. There's something about codependency here, you guys. So if some of you guys relate to being a codependent, or you're dealing with somebody who's a codependent, or there's a codependent narcissist type of a situation going on here, this also gives you an ability to examine yourself. This says mastering communication and negotiation and seeing all perspectives from a higher perspective. Trusting your intuition to be your guide as well. Very interesting. So let's go ahead and get some tarot on this. Wheel of Fortune, love it. Change and action. The only thing that's going to bring action in our lives, you guys, is by changing our own behavior. Sometimes we're waiting for other people to do things or other people to change before things can get better for us, or before we'll do this or before we'll do that. Sometimes it's about just moving forward anyways. The only person that can change our lives is ourselves. We have to go to that wheel and we have to turn the wheel. The only time that things are going to improve is if we choose to make those improvements and we choose to make those changes. People aren't going to do the work for us. We have to do the work for ourselves. So this is about the way that you're relating to other people. Are you waiting for other people to make changes for you? Are you waiting for other people to change? Or are you willing to take action on your own and leave them behind if you have to? So that is about fate and destiny. That is about your destined path, what's meant for you in this lifetime. The blueprint that you created for yourself before you got here. You wanted to learn something. You wanted to learn something, perhaps. And let's just say a spiritual tribe. Somebody in your tribe you wanted to learn something with. I have this the signs Sagittarius and Pisces that are coming up, you guys. That could mean something to you. I just saw that right now, Sag and Pisces. So you could be fire, water here. It doesn't have to be, though. Wheel of Fortune is also a card of Sagittarius, too. So yeah, that's that energy. So let's go ahead and see what else. Intuition. We have steady progress, Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is about we are making steady progress, but guess what? We have to learn to let go when it's necessary. We can't hold on so tightly to where we're not even able to absorb the lesson, or that we're not even allowing other people to grow. So this says here with this intuition, be patient, trust the self, intuition and higher guidance. This is about speaking freely without censorship, which is a total Sag. It says tap into the meaning behind words, enjoy spontaneous adventures, delight in the wonders of nature, and spend time discovering yourself. Again, this is about spending time with yourself. So if you're putting your life on hold and you're not turning the wheel in your own life because you're waiting and you're holding on to something, you're only holding yourself back. And what I'm getting here is that right now what's being triggered and what needs to be examined is, why are you not moving forward? Why are you still hanging on? Why are you still allowing something perhaps that's already, let's just say, either gone or wants to phase out of your life? Why are you holding on to it? So this is about, steady process. I don't know why I said progress. Steady process. This is about a steady process that it's going to take. It's going to take some time for you to steady out your energy so you can move forward. This is beautiful. So now spirituality. Practice wisdom and not judgment. Display compassion. Release to a higher power. Focus on spirituality. Connect with universal oneness. Free mental thoughts through relaxation and trust in the greater good. Again, If something is not happening right now in your life, this is about letting it go and moving forward anyways. This is about trusting in a higher power. This is about giving it to God, giving it to the universe, and seeing things from a higher perspective. This is also about giving unconditional love and compassion to those that just cannot meet you halfway right now and moving forward anyways. Yeah, look at this, Ace of Pentacles. This is about planting new seeds in your actual reality. So again, this tells you here that it's time for you to kind of like connect yourself back with yourself in the world. What do you want to do with your life? Are there big career moves that you want to make? This is about your mission and your life's purpose. This is about planting new seeds, making progress, or like this is a process. It's a process perhaps with, you know, maybe even something happening with this person, or maybe not. But this is about you using this opportunity to advance yourself regardless of where someone is at or not at right now. This is about you being independent. This is about you focusing on yourself. This is about you seeing things from a higher perspective, being the best, really committing to being the best version of yourself. So what's being triggered within you right now is wanting to hang on to something, an old story, wanting to hang on with dear life to a situation or a person that there isn't really a lot of change. So this is about refusing to be stagnant any longer and trust in a higher, like a higher power or your faith, that whatever is supposed to happen will happen, but you've got to move forward with your life. That's what we're getting here. So let's go ahead and go into more of like the shadowy aspect here. What are the shadowy aspects of what is being triggered right now and what needs to be examined? Okay, so healing. So the star came up. Healing, what needs to be healed? We're being triggered. We're being triggered so we can heal right now. Yep, so we can purify and cast out and eject things like an exorcism out of our lives. And we have curse, plague, and unleash Pandora's box. You know, sometimes the thing is, we can think about something where, you know, should I or shouldn't I? What if this were to happen? What if that were to happen? What if I were to open up Pandora's box, right? Again, there are no real mistakes here. It's just about the experience that you want to have. So whatever you decide to do will be a part of your learning and will be a part of your ascension process and your experiences here. But there is something that is being triggered right now because it needs to be cast out. It needs to be purified. So if you guys are dealing with a lot of unpleasant emotions or a lot of things are coming to the surface for you, this is giving you an opportunity to get rid of it. Yeah, we have smooth talker. This right here is people that say all the right things, but there's no delivery. There's nothing that's matching up. This is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is just sorrow. It just leads to sorrow. This is somebody who says they care for you, says they'll always be there for you, or maybe just says, trying to be nice, maybe even smooth talking you, trying to bullshit you. That needs to be healed. That needs to be cleared. There's something in you that wants to believe the words. Maybe some of your languages of love are words of affirmation, which can sometimes work against you, because if you're dealing with narcissists that know that that's your language of love, then they will use this against you in order to keep you hooked. So this is something that is being triggered. The things that people have said to you, the way that people have smooth talked you. It could even be also too the way that you have people pleased and you've told people what they wanted to hear because you were afraid that you would lose them otherwise. This needs to be healed and cleared as well. Okay, so it's not just about them, it's about you. Remember what needs to be purified. Okay, so this is the thing. So this right here, the Empress cannot grow in the shadows. She is in this barren wasteland. It's empty. It's a wasteland. It's a toxic dump. Nothing is growing. What does Spirit want for us? What just came up? The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, that seed will not grow in this barren wasteland. So we've got to purify the need to people please or the need to believe people's words without basically accepting that if they're not taking any action and they're just telling us what we want to hear, sorry, that right there isn't going to work. You can tell me how much I mean to you, but then if you acted a different way, then obviously I have to pay attention to that. People people tell you who they are with their actions. So be just on the lookout for people or this person, whatever this situation means to you. If they're saying certain things, but their words are not matching up with their actions, you've got to pay attention to that. You can't continue to wait in this wasteland where things are not growing because you're just going to decay. So that behavior, that need for words of affirmation, that need to be loved, to be admired, whatever's going on here, or maybe perhaps your people-pleasing mechanisms, those need to all go to the wayside because there's something that needs to just be cleared and exorcised. Let's exorcise the demons. It's kind of like that. So now we have Pandora's box, curse, plague, and unleashed. Yeah, there's something that we are submerging. We don't want to say something. We don't want to express ourselves. We feel like we've been buried. We feel like we've been submerged. Okay, Three of Pentacles means the ability to be able to work with someone, to collaborate with somebody. I'm just getting here, you guys, that this situation with this particular person, whoever this is, unfortunately at this time, you just can't compromise with them. You want to express yourself. You want to be that Knight of Swords, to say what's ever on your mind. And again, I'm not telling you guys that you can't do that because that could be very therapeutic for some of you. But some of you guys, you might be dealing with a narcissist, somebody who's just going to gaslight you, somebody that's going to stonewall you, somebody that's just going to make you feel worse. So sometimes silence is golden. You know what's going on. Your feelings are very valid. Trust yourself. You know what's happening here. You know what's going on underneath the surface. And sometimes we want to point it out. We want to point out these faults of other people's behavior, but it does nothing, especially when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to change or is going to just shame you instead and turn it around against you. So be careful with what you ask for. Be careful with what you open. Be careful when it comes to the words that escape your mouth or the actions that you take. Because what I'm getting here is that right now in this situation, there is no growth here. At this time, it doesn't mean ever. Nothing is permanent. We can always transmute energy. But the thing is, sometimes we are looking to transmute something with that person as in, let's do it together. Let's get through this together. Sometimes people are not able to do that. And so you've got to be able to transmute this on your own. Get to a good place into yourself where you no longer need this person to say anything. You don't need them to take accountability. You don't need them to apologize. You don't even need to have a conversation. You've gotten to a peaceful state within yourself. That is the goal. Okay? So if you guys have been dealing with somebody like this, it's time to pay attention to that. And it's time to stop disregarding your intuition because it is a part of your gift in this life to trust that inner compass because that inner compass is correct. Okay, so stop making excuses and stop taking this person's words, but not taking their actions into account. Both have to match up. That's what I'm getting here. Both have to match up. So why don't we go ahead now and go into what are the stories that are currently running? What are the patterns? What are the cycles that seem to just kind of be playing themselves out at this current time? This is called the archetyped cards. What patterns or stories are running right now in your energy field? Now, your energy field can show up in the form of people, characters in your play, or these could be your own behaviors. We have beggar. We have servant. Interesting. A beggar and a servant. And we have a healer. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some additional messages here. We're going to go into my Spirits of Darkness and Light divination deck, and we're going to combine it with my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. So I'm going to put these over here. What does that beggar say? It says it confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. We awaken the spiritual authority of humility and compassion and self-esteem. But the shadow attribute is a dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So I did get a very codependent vibe here. We're relying or we're depending on someone else to basically tell us that we are lovable, that we are worthy. We're begging for someone to love us. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. We're begging for someone to love us in order to survive. And this stems from low self-esteem. These two wanted to come out, so I'm going to take both of them. I only wanted to take one, but let's take it. Spirit of the fog. We have unclear, confusion, and shadiness. Well, this is the thing. Because someone is perhaps casting shadow, what it's doing is it's creating us to feel misguided. It's creating us to feel like we're in the fog. We're confused. We're unclear. Somebody's shady behavior, this and that. We have spells, captivated, and temporary. We're enchanted by this person, so we're not seeing them clearly. So the story that we have in our head is, this person is so beautiful. This person is so amazing. I love how this person makes me feel. We have this great connection, et cetera, et cetera. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the story or the energy that's flying around right now is that you're begging to be with someone. You're begging for someone to see you. You're begging for somebody's approval. And it's stemming from low self-esteem. So that's a story right now. And so again, if you're in that story and you're in that vibration, you're going to attract people that are going to, in a way, serve you up that lesson. Yep. It's our own thoughts. Page of Swords. Our thoughts create our reality. Somebody has this up in our head. But remember, you guys, we're not victims here. This is something that we need to clear. This is something that we need to heal within ourselves. So this person is facilitating this growth for you in order for you to change how you see yourself. Somebody has you kind of under a spell. Not really, but that's the way it's coming through. So your thoughts are just very unclear. You're very much in the fog with this individual. You know, you're very much just feeling like, I don't even know what's going on here. And I'm getting here, it's because someone is not saying something. Somebody is not communicating properly. And if they are communicating, it's under this energy of Knight of Cups, smooth talker bullshit. And we have servant. It's like somebody's being nice, but they aren't really telling you how they feel. And maybe that's causing you to also go into that energy as well. So now we have servant. This says delight in serving others with a free and loving heart, right? But now the shadow attribute, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with your life. The thing is, let's take that money aspect out of it, okay? Because this is not just about money. This is saying using your lack as an excuse. Servant. This is about giving to someone, serving someone. This is definitely codependent behavior. Let me take care of you. How can I give to you? How can I fix you? Because I don't want to fix myself. This all stems from a lack within yourself. So that's what Spirit's telling us, is that this person is in your life right now, served you on a silver platter in order to serve to you your own energy back to you, which is lack, which is unworthiness, which is unlovable energy. So this individual is basically giving you this lesson or this mirror to look in the mirror to say, this is because these things are happening because you don't love yourself. I am treating you this way because you do not love yourself, because you do not feel worthy, because you have such low self-esteem. So I'm going to treat you the way that basically you believe to be treated. And you might be saying to yourself, no way, I want to be treated like a queen. I want to be treated, I deserve love. There's some core issue here that is stemming, perhaps from childhood, that is attracting almost in a way a villain. And I'm going to say a villain, you guys, because that is who came up. The villain in your life right now. This villain is actually not a villain at all. This villain is your teacher. So that is a good way to take a look at this, because when we feel like we're being villainized, when we feel like we're victims, what ends up happening is we just disempower ourselves. It's very difficult for us to pull ourselves out of that hole, okay? Ah, look at you, Spirit of Armor. We need to be very, very guarded against this type of behavior. We need to be very tactical, very cautious. We need to become strong. This person is basically helping you to build up your defenses. And the thing is, it's kind of like your higher selves are both playing this out, and your ego selves might be just obviously still reacting to one another. One's the villain, one's the victim, etc. But guess what? This is all happening for you to serve you. This is happening to serve you a lesson. But I'm also getting that you building up defense and guarding yourself and becoming stronger and surviving this person is actually going to serve to them a piece of humble pie. It's going to actually help them perhaps to see the error of their ways. So you guys are both in a way serving each other at this time a lesson. We have Wheel of Fortune, and I like this a lot because the Wheel of Fortune already came up. Remember, this is about turning the wheel. Let's turn let's end this karmic cycle. Let's end this way of being. Let's end this way of doing things. Let's clear this once and for all. Let's not keep doing this to ourselves over and over and over again, or to each other over and over and over again. If that means that we have to part ways for the time being, then that's what it means. Or if that means that we cooperate and we compromise with each other and we work on ourselves, then fantastic. But again, not everybody is going to be in that same boat. So now we have healer. Again, there is some kind of a healing energy that is taking place through this situation for you and your person. This says the passion to serve others. Servant, you guys are serving each other. This person is serving you and you're serving them. By repairing the body, mind, and spirit, the ability to help transform pain into healing. You are going through a painful situation with this person for a reason. Absolutely. This has spiritual transformation written all over it. So we don't need to waste time hating. We don't need to waste time blaming and shaming other people or ourselves. This is about getting focused on our own energy. What can we do to shift our own vibration? Okay. So the shadow attribute is taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself. Again, when we're giving to other people, when the giving is lopsided, when it's not being reciprocated, when we keep hurting ourselves, we're damaging ourselves. This is not healing. Some people might even believe it's just my duty. It's my duty to help this person. It's my duty to love them. It's my duty to just be there unconditionally. A lot of people don't really know what that means. Unconditional sometimes is putting up a healthy boundary and saying, nope, can't do this anymore. I love you, but I love myself and I love us enough to know when to quit. And that means that this cycle ends today. This nasty cycle ends today. This toxic cycle that's been going on for quite some time ends today. And again, you guys, end does not have to be final forever, but it ends while people need to go off perhaps on their own and do their healing and temper out their energy, whatever that means for some of you. And some of you, this is a cycle you want to close the door on for the rest of this life. And that's okay. Because we have the free will to do whatever the hell we want to do. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Nobody's stuck. I hear this sometimes in this community. A reader told me that I am connected and stuck to this person forever. We're karmically tied together forever. Hey, you know what? A portion of that might be somewhat true, but you came into this life with your own free will and your own healing abilities to free yourself from anything that's trying to hold you back. So you don't have to participate in anything that you don't want to do. So when you change your thoughts and you change your belief system, you transmute that energy and you don't have to be stuck in that cycle anymore. So you hold the power, not some fucking reader or anybody else in your life. You. Sorry, just had to be said. Spirit of the Fox. Okay, I do want to say there is a sly deceptive energy going on with someone here. Could be both of you deceiving yourselves, deceiving each other, maybe one's deceiving the other, whatever's going on here. There's a strategy, there's a sly behavior. It's not out in the open. Everything's being done underneath or behind the scenes. So this is another reason why if you're trying to push to work something out with this individual, it just may not bring any abundance right now. It may just not be something that's going to grow at this time. People need to grow up. People need to mature. People need to heal their own triggers, their own traumas, whatever it is that they're bringing to the table, it's not working. So we need to heal this. So again, that temperance means give each other some space and time. Yeah, Knight of Wands. This right here is an energy of wanting to rush back in, feeling that feeling. It's kind of like, you know when you're healing from something, right? let's just say it's drugs, alcohol, addiction, and food, a diet, whatever it is that's happening here. And you feel that moment of, oh, I have that memory, and you reach out to somebody real quick, or, you probably shouldn't, but you do it anyways because you're in that just feeling in the moment. That's Knight of Wands. It'll pass. Let it pass. Okay? Let it pass. I'm lonely. I feel just down in the dumps. I want to just reach out. I want to do this, or I just want to tell them I'm thinking about them. Look, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm just giving to you guys what the cards are saying. Don't fall into that trap. Remain strong. What's come through this reading so far is to remain in your power. Focus on yourself. Don't give that energy away. When the time is right, you guys, you'll feel it. And that Knight of Wands is very unpredictable. He's all over the place. She's all over the place. Whoever this is, they're all over the place. So don't let people come in and then come out whenever they feel like it. If that is an energy that's disruptive to your life and that's hurting you and that's making you feel like, you know what? I'm feeling really triggered right now. I'm feeling really triggered that this person doesn't want to commit to me. I'm feeling really triggered that this person just wants to come in when they feel like it and then leave when they feel like it. They want to pay attention to me and then they want to ignore me whenever it doesn't work for them. That kind of behavior is bullshit for anybody. And so you know that you don't deserve that, especially if you're the type of person that's completely opposite, to where you really give to your the people around you. You mean what you say. You follow through with what you say you're going to do, things like that. I mean, none of us are perfect, but let's just say you're more in that energy and you got somebody that's kind of in and out of your life, hot and cold, blowing smoke, blah, 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 all this other crap. First of all, it's irritating, it's exhausting, and it makes you feel like you're freaking crazy. And then if you say something about it, you might even be gaslighted, and this person's like, I'm not doing anything. Again, whatever the dynamic is here, spirit of the fox. That's an energy that can't really be trusted right now. So be very careful with people's hot and cold behavior, because they still haven't healed and neither have you. So this is about, remember, let's let the old cycle and the old paradigm crumble. Let's start fresh. Let's start new. Maybe it's not going to be tomorrow. Maybe it's not going to be next year. Maybe it won't be in this life. But I'll know, because intuitively, I'm going to trust my intuition and my higher power, and I'm going to continue to work on myself. And if this situation comes up again down the line, I'll have better equipped tools in order to deal with it in a healthy way. That's going to be the best the best possible outcome for the both of us. But until people start acting healthier and loving themselves more, I feel like this situation that's coming up, it's almost like it's doomed. And that's why we need to let it cycle through at this time. So what are we projecting at the moment? This is going to tell us what our expectations are, what we might be projecting onto other people. Sometimes those energies can get very cross-wired, because sometimes we assume that what we're experiencing is what's happening to us, but really we're projecting it out because of our own fears or our own unresolved issues. And so it just becomes a total shit show. A shit show of situations and things that are happening. So we have my charm cards, Twin Flame Journey Messages #1, Depths of the Sea, and this is the Light Seers Tarot. So let's just see what Spirit wants us to understand and know when it comes to what we are projecting or attributing to situations that seem to be challenging at the moment. Okay, so we have Whale, solo journey. Okay, so what we are projecting, and the thing is, not always what we're projecting or putting out there is a negative, because I see this as solo journey. Somebody could also be picking up on your vibe where you just basically want to be left alone. So that could be being understood by the other person. Somebody could respect this and say, you know what? I feel the same too. Why don't we just go ahead and go solo for a while on our journey? That doesn't have to be a negative, okay? I miss you regardless of how things seem. So you and somebody are having an issue right now. But the thing is, the love remains. They miss you, you miss them. Regardless of what they're saying, doing, not doing, the love is there. This is about taking that unconditional love with you on this journey and realizing that everybody is acting, or everybody is working with the tools that they have. So if they don't have the proper tools and you don't have the proper tools, that's why things aren't really working or meshing. But it doesn't mean that you guys don't truly love each other. Where your higher selves are coming from, want the best for each other. But it might be that the best possible outcome is going to develop from being on your journeys solo right now. So what's being projected right now is that I need some space. I need some time. Somebody could be also projecting that to you, and you're picking up on that as well, okay? You might see it as your own projection, but you're actually picking up from somebody else too. So I almost feel like two people are on the same page in that sense, where both of you guys know right now that maybe just kind of being solo is the best thing. But we do have this energy of the Knight of Wands and seduction. People are still, somebody is using these tactics to get what they want, to manipulate. Somebody is still in that low vibrational energy where they still want to feel needed, or they still want to feel relevant or wanted, or that they still want to know that you care. Don't engage in this behavior and don't fall into these traps. If somebody's just constantly trying to bait you, just thinking about you, and you're just kind of like, you know what? Actually, I don't want to hear from you. Actually, I'm better. I would rather just be in silence. Actually, don't reach out to me because I'm okay. It's kind of like when somebody draws a boundary and you continue to reach out, just checking on you, send a text, this and that. That right there, you might feel that inclination like, oh yeah, I'm feeling in this moment. Remember, Knight of Wands, I'm feeling in this moment, really passionate. I just want to reach out to this person. I just want to send them a text. And it doesn't mean that you guys can't express to people that you care about them or that you love them, but why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? You have to really ask yourself. Let's get to the bare bones of the situation, the ugly skeletons that are in your closet, your shadow self that knows damn well why you're doing it. You're doing it because you want to still remain relevant, or you fear perhaps that you're going to be forgotten about, or you fear that your person's going to move in another direction or even be happier without you. This is about chucking the ego to the side and doing what's best for the both of you on this journey. So it's like, try to refrain from your need to fall into these traps of trying to manipulate your person by acting in certain ways that you know are manipulative. And also this is about your person perhaps doing this to you and not falling for it, not taking the bait, or not, let's just say this is a romantic situation and your person does not want a commitment. They've told you this time and time again, or let's just say they're with somebody else and they're not leaving their partner even though they say they're going to, or maybe they don't. And you have put your foot down. I refuse to be in this situation. I refuse to be in this situation with somebody that doesn't want to commit to me, that just wants to have a physical relationship, or that is married or is in another relationship. I refuse, I refuse, I refuse. And you say this to yourself, or maybe you've even said it to them. But then when they call and they're doing their little sweet talk, you decide you're going to go over there and you have a great time, and then you wake up in the morning or wherever you wake up and you're just still in that same shitty situation, which is this person is still not giving you commitment. They're still not meeting your needs. Nothing is changing. You're still in that rut of shit. So it's that energy. Don't be seduced by these temporary fixes. It's like an addiction. I just need a hit. Refrain from the hit, because it's not going to help you. It's just going to keep this cycle going on and on and on. And this cycle needs to end is what I'm seeing. See, I can't make it up, you guys. I know sometimes as readers, you know, the cards come up, there's a story, we roll with it. But I'm just telling you right now, Spirit's keeping it on track and Spirit's keeping it real. This shit needs to end. And again, this isn't a forever death. Don't get triggered. This just needs to be rebirthed. It needs to be rebirthed in an entirely new way. The way that things are going right now aren't the healthiest, and you know it. So allow this death to occur. Allow this continued silence or this continued separation continue, because it's all happening to restructure or to really push you to face yourself and to do the necessary healing that you need to do on your journey, solo and alone. We have Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is about planting new seeds. what you have grown so far. Do you like what you've seen? Do you like what you've produced? Or do you want to maybe plant some new seeds, plant a new garden? Do you want to pull up that entire root and start over? It's always up to us. Seven of Pentacles means it's time for us to kind of evaluate the situation and figure out what we want to do. Do we want to keep watering those seeds, or do we want to abandon that plan and do something else? Free will, totally up to us. And we have the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles has a goal. You can see that right there. He has a goal, and he stays true to himself, and he stays true to his path. And he wants to master himself in this physical reality. That's what he wants to do. Not only does he want to master himself spiritually and ascend spiritually, but guess what? We're living in a 3D existence. We're living on planet Earth, and we do need to basically become strong in our bodies to be the healthiest versions of ourselves, but also emotionally and physically, like all of it. Spiritually, soul, all of it. So this is a very well-rounded king, somebody who is making moves, practical moves, very grounded in reality, but also being able to have that spiritual experience as well. This is a king that actually can get things done. This is a king that is in it for the long haul, and he's in it for the long haul with himself. You can see he's there with his dog. There's not another person there. There's not a family there. It's just him. It's him and his dog. Now, it doesn't mean that that's like your destiny to be alone with the dog, but this just means you're okay if you're alone. You're okay if you're solo right now. You're okay to figure things out on your own. That wolf or husky or whatever dog that is can be a spirit animal as well, okay? Or just any kind of a dog. So that right there, you guys, that is what we are projecting onto just out into the universe. The universe, remember, you guys, gives us what we want by matching our vibration, okay? Also, if we're projecting, I miss you, even though you're not giving me what I want, even though I've already told you that I'm not going to settle for less, I still miss you. Well, guess what? When we're in this energy where we're fantasizing about someone, we're being manipulative, we're doing things to basically get people to react, well, guess what? That sometimes we can call out those energies in other people to offer us an opportunity to let's get down. Or let's basically just wipe something under the rug and not really deal with it. Let's just pretend there's no issue or problem. Let's just go and have a good time. But nothing gets resolved. So you're being asked to invest in a new way on your journey, rebirth in energy, and really focus on the long-term goal. And that long-term goal is that you want stability. You want to feel well-rounded. You want to feel solid in your energy. And that Knight of Wands energy and that Knight of Cups energy and all those things might look beautiful on the outside, but the thing is, if you're looking, let's just say you're looking for that King of Pentacles, what I'm getting here is that the energy or the vibration that your person is in right now is not that King of Pentacles. So it might be that you step away from hoping that this person will ever change. They could or they couldn't, but maybe you decide, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And maybe somebody else comes onto your journey later on, because you're feeling different about yourself. And so now you're attracting a King of Pentacles or a Queen or whoever. This is not about the sex, but you're attracting that into another person. They're mirroring to you how you feel about yourself. You're done with the in and out people, smooth talkers. No, that's a thing of the past. So either your person levels up and changes, or it's someone new. Either way, you're still moving forward on your journey. You're still going to do you no matter what. That's the point. So people are going to level up with you with where you are vibrating within yourself. So if you want to start attracting serious people, if you want to start attracting healthier people into your life, it is about doing the work within yourself. All right, you guys, I hope that that was helpful and that that resonated. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go into advice on healing this behavior or this situation, okay? What is the advice on healing this behavior or this situation? We're going to go into the mystical wisdom cards, Spirit Song Tarot, and my divine feminine healing. Advice on healing this behavior or situation. Cheer up. Live in the moment. And that's the thing. Sometimes we could just get so bogged down that we're just so focused on all the lack, all the negative. And Spirit's saying, lighten up, live in this moment. When we're focused on the present moment and we're not thinking about the past and all the traumas of the past, and we're not worried and having anxiety about our future, and we're just doing something that we really enjoy, that is huge. That can really shift your vibration. We have go with the flow. Again, this is the Temperance's energy, going with the flow. This is about divine timing. This is about things that are meant and things that aren't. You are going to be guided, spiritually guided with the star's energy, dependent upon where you're at in your healing. So if you want to attract something amazing to yourself, you're going to have to do that work, or you're going to just still continue to live out the same types of situations. And we have competition, summon courage and self-confidence. So this is about becoming strong. This is about becoming strong in the face of adversity, competitors around us. There are always going to be people, you guys, even this person that you're having a difficult, challenging time with right now. We attract this into our lives in order to help us to become strong and courageous and become more self-confident. So don't just cower down to this competition. If you need to speak your truth and you need to do something, then you have to listen to that inner guidance. I'm just getting, for most people, this is beating a dead horse at this point. Been there, done that. You've done it too many times. You know damn well the best thing to possibly do is to just move forward. And sometimes that silence is just golden. So that's going to be for some. Ace of Crystals, love that. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, I believe, came up at the very beginning of the reading. Let me just double check that before I speak. Where is this? Yeah, here it is. Remember, this came up when we were looking at the, what is this? What needs to be examined right now? Ace of Pentacles. This is about new energy. This is about planting new seeds. Live in this moment and plant seeds in this moment. Don't plant seeds thinking about how I want to change the past. Don't plant seeds with what I want to show up in the future. Be really invested with what you're feeling right now and what you want to experience more right this second. That's what Spirit's asking us to do. So this is going to help you to heal, and it's going to help you to also stay focused in the present moment with things, okay? Being happy with what you have, being appreciative of what you have in your life right now. Some of us are not happy with what we have, so we're constantly thinking about, or we're constantly fantasizing about something else. This is about being present right now. This says it is okay to be wrong and accept that you will make mistakes. It is a part of the human experience to accept these flaws with ease. Yes, so you've made some mistakes. Remember, it's come up over and over again, but are they really mistakes? No, it's experience. So it's a part of the human experience to know that we're flawed, that we have shadow, that we have lessons to learn. So even if you plant seeds, right? And these seeds don't sprout exactly what you want, make no mistake that whatever you experience, you're experiencing it for a reason, and it's to help you to heal and level out your energy towards ascension. So don't be afraid to live in the moment. Don't be afraid to just be happy right now. Don't be afraid that if you do this or do that, that it's going to be a mistake. No, there are no mistakes. Love it. 10 of Shells is the 10 of Cups. Go with the flow. Just be happy. I see the 10 of Cups as an amazing energy where we are just happy with what we have. I'm sorry, not 10 of Cups, 10 of Shells. 10 of Shells is the 10 of, wait, is it? Hold on for a second here. I'm so confused on this deck. 10 of Shells is, I believe, the 10 of Cups. I wanted to say it's the 10 of Pentacles, but let me just double check here. Hold on, you guys. Yeah, feathers is air, acorns, shells. Oh, yeah, it is. It's the 10 of Cups. I'm sorry. I know I was questioning myself there. Yes, Ten of Cups, definitely about just feeling blessed in your family life, your home life, feeling just amazing with all the people that love you in your environment, all the energy that you feel surrounding you, whether that's in the form of, like I said, people, animals, nature, just yourself. This is about feeling really whole. And when you're in that energy of being in that present moment and living fully invested in the present moment, you're creating more of that energy constantly around you. And that's how you're planting seeds. And that's how new things are sprouting up for you in the physical world, is when you're in that state of grace and gratitude for what you do have. You're not focused or worried about what's not here right now. You're not wasting your time in that energy. We have image. I'm comfortable in my own skin, even if others can't accept me. Look at that. So again, when you're very invested in what makes you feel good and what makes you feel happy, suddenly your image changes the way that you see yourself. You get more comfortable in your own skin. You accept yourself. You feel better about yourself. And when you feel confident, when you feel alive, when you feel fully invested in yourself and in the present moment, nothing can stop you. You are a powerhouse. And we have Five of Cups. So past disappointments, sadness. Do we look at the glass half empty or do we look at it half full? It's up to us. That will determine how we feel. That will definitely determine how we feel. I trust my intuition. I trust my intuition that things have crumbled or things have not worked out for a reason. Remember, you guys, intuition has been strong in this reading. You're meant to trust your intuition. You are meant to let your inner compass be your guide. You're meant to trust your gut. And your gut and your intuition tells you that something's off. Pay attention. You know something isn't good for you right now in its current state. Let it go for now. Okay? Make no mistakes that you have come across this individual or this situation for a reason, and it was meant to teach you something and help you to heal something about yourself. Absolutely. How you see yourself is huge. Your belief systems are huge because it's called this situation in, but it will also call different things in the future, and that can look however you want it to look. But the card that it's connected to is Ten of Cups, which tells me amazing things you're going to be calling in. So how are you being guided and protected at this time on your journey? So we're going to go into the Affirmators Tarot. This right here is called the Ascended Masters by Doreen Virtue, and this is my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. So what Ascended Masters are currently with us right now, and how Spirit helping us at this time, assisting us on our journey. We have come out of the closet. Wow, skeletons in the closet. That's how I started this reading here. Come out of the closet already. Get down to the bare bones of a situation. Don't be afraid to basically just be your authentic self. Okay? So this is about you finally just stepping into that queen's power. Look at this beautiful queen here. Beautiful queen's energy. Honoring yourself. Yeah, and when you do this, you're going to experience a lot of positive changes in your life. And we have mother, wife, sister, daughter. So some of you guys, this could be you're a feminine watching this video, or you just, yeah, you have like feminine energy, or this is your feminine side. This really showcases, so your experiences so far and what you're experiencing right now could be related to a sister, a friend, a mother, being like you're a wife, or this is about your wife or your daughter. Or your daughter. So there is all kinds of this feminine energy here that's coming through. When you nurture yourself and you come out of that closet and you're no longer hiding from your shadows, and you're embracing this positive change, or you're embracing making these healthy shifts and changes for yourself, then all of a sudden, when you take care of you, everyone else is responding to that very empowered, confident energy. But people are going to continue to see you a certain way in all different aspects of your life, as long as you keep hiding under that belief system that you are not worthy, that you are not good enough. So remember, do you see that wheel? The only person that can create that change in your life is you. That's it. No one else is going to do it for you. Not spirit, Not your angels, not your guides, not other people. You. Love it. Peace. Dove. So spirit could also be showing up in the form of doves or other birds, helping you to basically see that you are going towards a period of peace. Peace and contentment. So if you guys know that by separating from someone or just kind of like letting things lie right now is going to create peace, trust that, okay? We have lack, rebellion, and pessimism. Again, we are the only people that can create this, our own thoughts. When we rebel against our higher selves, when we rebel against what we know to be true, when we become pessimistic and focus on all of that lack and focus on all the shitty things that have happened to us, we can't create positive changes. We can't turn the wheel in a positive way when we're stuck there. So Spirit is asking us to come out of that dark place, transition it. We have to look at it, and we have to feel it and see it and acknowledge that it's there, but we don't have to stay stuck in that shadow side. Yeah, we have jealousy. There could be some people that are around you here because I think that the tribe came up. So there could be people in your community or your tribe that have their own issues. And because they have their own issues, this could be having a negative effect on you. But again, there's something for you to learn. This could also be you jealous of the people that are in your environment as well. But when we're coming from a place of lack and we're not in peace, this is exactly what we're going to feel. We're not going to be able to create anything positive, not with ourselves, not with other people, no one. So the way that other people treat you, it shows you a lot about them, but also it shows you something about yourself. What have you done to attract this into your life? Do you feel like you don't deserve any better? Are you not treating yourself with respect? Because if you're not, other people aren't going to treat you with respect. So again, this is a mirror to you on how to help yourself, on how to help yourself to grow and change. So other people can either fall away or they can fall into line with your vibration. So it's always up to us, always. We have the moon. The moon is like a dark time. The moon is also that energy here where we're just kind of like, I don't really know what's going to happen. Things are still unclear. I'm a little confused. Trust your intuition. Don't get caught up in your fears. Trust more of your intuition that's guiding the way right now. That's a peace. That your intuition will take you to peace. Your fears, not so much. So this is about you learning to decipher between your ego and your higher self, your fears and illusions versus your truth, okay? So Spirit is helping to guide us when it comes to choosing peace, doing things that make you feel peaceful. Don't do things out of fear. If I say this or if I do this or if I do that, then this person is going to do this and they're going to do that. Get out of that energy. Don't worry about what they're going to do. Do what's going to make you feel peaceful within yourself. Stop being a version of yourself that isn't who you truly are. Stop trying to please other people, especially if you're feeling like whatever this is not bringing you peace. So don't do anything that isn't bringing you peace. That's how you're going to know whether it's your fear or your intuition talking. Your intuition and your higher self will never lead you to things that are uncomfortable, that make you feel like shit. Your intuition and your higher self are going to lead you to things that make you feel peaceful and full of love. That's how you're going to know the difference. Because your higher self wants you to go towards this wheel of positive change. They want you to get out of that cycle that you've been stuck in for quite some time. Yeah, look at that, the lovers. So you can come together with like-minded individuals, people that are of your same vibration, people that want to love you, people that you connect with, soulmates, you know, people that really, really have your best interest in mind. So I feel that whatever lack is going on within you is keeping you from these energies around you, or the lack in someone else is causing them to not be able to honor the connection between the two of you. So either way, we have to let this go and not be afraid to turn the wheel in another direction and end this cycle so we can go towards the positive. So we have to make this choice. The lovers is also about choice, you guys. We have to make this choice. If we make the choices based on lack, we're going to continue to be in the shit show of an energy. Or we can be in that all-knowing state, knowing that we need to make these changes and we need to do it for ourselves. And that's just something that we have to do. And when we do that, and we're not coming from a state of lack, beautiful things show up on our journey. Lovely things show up on our journey. People that are really in their heart space, making decisions based in their heart space. Those are the people that are showing up on our journey. But again, if we don't love ourselves, we're going to continue to attract people that don't love us either. Eight of Swords. Yeah, this is about getting out of a stuck cycle. Getting out of the, we're imprisoned. We're either imprisoning ourselves with what somebody else thinks about us, or what somebody else, these daggers that somebody else is sending our way, this little sting, you know, this wasp. I think there's certain wasps or hornets that go into certain hives and they just like take it over. They just destroy the entire thing. They destroy the entire colony. I can't remember what those are, but it's crazy. I've seen videos on it. It's freaking nuts. And what I'm getting here is that this right here is an energy that you don't want to participate in. Either it's your own behavior or it's somebody else's. All I know is that this is a cycle that needs to be broken. That Eight of Swords is an infinity symbol. That 8 turned on its side is an infinity. Over and over and over again, we go in this cycle. Let's clear it. Let's end this. Let's just admit that this is what it is. Let me deal with my own misery. Let me get clear. Let me get healed on my own before we come back together or before we have a conversation or whatever the heck's going on here. So Spirit is asking you to make decisions with that Lover's energy. Make it from your heart, and your heart tells you that a cycle with this jealous energy or somebody just not being happy or living within lack is creating issues. So we need to separate ourselves from this in order for things to positively change. So the message is still the same. I don't care who this is. It's a lover, it's a friend, it's a mother, it's a daughter. It doesn't even matter what this is. But if you're experiencing issues with this person and it's a cycle that has just been going on for quite some time, or just things never change, things never end, the only person that can change the cycle is you. So whatever's trying to fall apart, whatever is in chaos right now, let it go. Let it happen, because Spirit is trying to tell you something here. And if you start getting afraid, you start feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can let go. I don't know if I should do this or say that. If you're coming from your heart space and you feel peace when making a decision, that's the right decision. Trust that. But if things come up within you where you're feeling rage, you're feeling stuck, you're super confused, I don't know what to do, you're coming from a place of lack. So Spirit is telling you that when you are ready, you will turn the wheel in the correct direction. And when you do that, positive changes are going to come. And you will have finally come out of the closet, and you will finally have stepped into your power, and you will finally say no more to whatever this is. You're not going to let this continue. Somebody could also be drudging this up within you, as in they're triggering this jealousy within you. And again, that's your own stuff. So you do need to pay attention to that. But if you're feeling jealous, or somebody's pushing your buttons and trying to mess with you, because people do that, narcissists do that, try to push your buttons and make you feel jealous, make you feel less than, because they're trying to get a reaction out of you. Don't take the bait. Get out of this trap. Get out of it, because that is coming from a lack within themselves, and in a way a lack within you. But the thing is you have the tools in order to change this now, because you know that if something isn't bringing you peace, that it's not in alignment with you, and that you need to separate yourself from that. And that's okay. All right, last messages, you guys. What are some upcoming energies that are on the horizon for us when we make these beautiful changes in our lives? These things that Spirit is requiring us to do in order to choose ourselves, empower ourselves, live our best life, step out of confusion, step out of traps, all of these things. What does this look like? What do these positive changes look like? How does it show up for us? This right here is called the Oracle of 7, I think. Oh my God. Look at this, you guys. Beautiful and caging. Really? The cage that we have been trapped in for so long is finally unlocked. And do you want to know what unlocks that? Our heart. Deep down in our heart, because our higher self is connected to our heart. Deep down in our heart, we know what to do. We already know the answers. Some of us search for answers from other people. We search for things Again, when you're confused and you're desperate and you're just kind of all over the place and you don't know, it's not a great space to try to get any answers at that time. You got to get calm. You got to go within. You got to trust. Things that are right for you are peaceful and they just feel right. Things that are chaotic are just laced with fear and ego. Okay? And we have to see tender embrace. This is about embracing things very tenderly. This is coming from a place of love. Again, you don't have to separate from this individual, or again, if you are already in separation with them, you do not have to be in a state of hate. You do not have to hate them. You do not have to basically, you know, have this like major blowout with them. It doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. Okay? But this is exposed and revealed. Do you see that eye? That eye is basically helping us to see things for ourselves, see things unfold and play out. People will expose themselves eventually. So if these are people that they don't have your highest good, you know, they don't have your highest intentions, your highest good in mind, then that will be exposed. If somebody really just doesn't care or just doesn't want to work on this situation, and again, they keep saying that they're going to do this or doing that, but that yet their actions are not matching up with their words, that is also exposed and revealed. You see people for how they truly are. You see things for how they truly are when you are being honest with yourself. And you're loving the people that are in your life, but again, you're taking care of yourself by separating yourself because that energy just no longer resonates with you. It's hurting you at this point. It's not serving you in a positive way anymore. This right here is called the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. What's this beautiful and caging about? Two of Wands. So this is about a decision. We can make a decision to uncage ourselves, or we don't have to make that decision. At the very end of this reading, Spirit's telling us it's up to us. This right here is called the Divine Feather Messages. What's on the horizon? We have a loon. Pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. So our dreams, remember the moon's energy that just came through? This is about paying attention to our visions, our dreams, things that need to be cycled out. Let those things go. Shadow work that needs to be examined. Let's feel it. Let's face it. Let's also cycle that through. So there's some kind of messages that are drifting in to your subconscious that are going to help you to make a decision to uncage yourself from whatever the situation is. So that's on the horizon, you guys. On the horizon is that you will make a decision and it will be coming from your higher self, not your ego. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And now we have tender embrace. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It might be hard work. It might be hard to do this. Sometimes it's not easy to just love each other and to unconditionally love each other to the point where you wish the other person well and you just move solo on your journeys. It's not always easy to do that because we want to react. We feel slighted. We feel discarded like trash. We feel rejected. All these things start to come up. Or we can just tenderly embrace this lesson that maybe goodbye is better than continuing to stay in a toxic cycle. I need to work off myself. You need to work on you. Let's tenderly embrace this fact. Let's tenderly embrace this fact that we both need to work. Also, this could be, let me tenderly embrace this fact that you need to put in as much effort as me. And if we're both not on the same page, this isn't going to work. So I tenderly embrace that you're not able to do that. I tenderly embrace that I'm not able to do that I'm not willing to do the work. So guess what? Again, it takes two to tango. If we can't do it together, then we might just need to take a break. That's okay too. So we're respecting other people's ability to do the work or not do the work. We're embracing that. We're embracing the truth. We have Crane. You will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. So this is the deal, you guys. You guys are either going to be able to move forward and benefit from this partnership, or you guys are going to enter into a new situation with new people. So keep yourselves open to new experiences. Remember, don't try to hang on or to try to push something to work right now. It's either going to work or it's not. So whenever we're banging on something, whenever we're trying harder and harder and harder and harder to make something work, that is key right there, that your ego is at work and your fear is just running amok with you. So pay attention to that. If something isn't just effortless and loving, it doesn't mean that things that are challenging can't be good for the soul, because they can, because there's things that you need to learn. But the thing is, it shouldn't be so difficult all the time. If you're dealing with somebody where it's just like up and down all around, and again, you don't feel good, something's off. It's not a match. So it's time to do something else or focus on something else. So exposed and revealed. Look at that, 2 2s. Something is going to be exposed. You're going to understand something. So whatever it is that you are being confused by right now, whatever you can't see, whatever you're refusing to see, whatever somebody else doesn't want you to see, it's going to come out. The truth is going to be revealed. The stalemate is going to basically dissipate. And it may not be because someone else is bringing you an answer. Somebody else is basically bringing you the truth. Guess what? You're going within and you're trusting your own intuition and your guide. You don't need anybody to do anything. You can clearly see the truth of the situation. So your own self is going to reveal to you and expose to you what's really going on here. And you're going to use that information in order to make a decision on this situation. That's what I'm getting. Last message, nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective that's coming to you. So yeah, you're going to be given some new perspective and new information, and it's coming to you. So stay grounded. This could also be something that is exposed to you that is just like, oh my God, like it's stressful, could trigger you, could make you feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this. It could expose someone. It really helps you to see things for how they really are, which sometimes can be painful. But I don't want to scare you guys and say it's doom and gloom. What I am getting though is that something is going to be given to you in the form of your intuition, and you're going to understand something and you're going to know what you're going to do. Are you going to work on this, or are you going to abandon it for now? Are you going to be able to have some sort of a future in the situation, or is it just best to go your own solo ways? I got for the majority of this reading that that's the answer. Going your own solo ways on your own solo journeys. But the thing is, that's not going to be for everybody. That's just a timeline. There may be other timelines for all types of people. And what I mean by that is that there's all kinds of things that we can choose to do that will create things to be a different way. But the timeline of this reading for most is that you are going to be given the strength and the courage, and you're going to be shown the way out of this toxic cycle, so that way you can both heal and grow and perhaps come back together at a later time if that's what's meant to be. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. It could have triggered some of you. That's okay. No worries. Sometimes things that we listen to or hear, you know, we got to just take it all with a grain of salt. So my intentions for this reading were to help some of you guys to deal with anything that you might be struggling with, regardless of what kind of a situation this is. So I hope it helped you guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.